It's beautiful yet slightly cloudy conditions here for the Trans Nation Formula 1 World Championship GP3 category here at Suzuka. We've seen quite an interesting qualifying. PMA taking pole position, only to be crashed into the wall by XNZ Pro a little later down the road. I'm joined in commentary by Stuart McKenzie 2 and Pure Axel 2121. Mackenzie Stewart and Alex Little, better known as. In about 15 seconds time, I'll get Mackenzie to run by the TKA starting media grid, because I still can't see anyone apart from now. I can only see Foucault, so...
Can I do the TKA media starting grid, please?
Well, how about you do half and half? So, Mackenzie, you do the top 5, then Alex take it from there.
Alrighty, so we have PMA on pole position today. I don't even know how many poles he's had this season. I'm not even going to try and remember. Then we have Banana Josh in P2. Naomi taking P3 ahead of XNZ Pro 55, and then Infinite March in P5.
So, for P6 now, we see the invitation driver of Fructose. He was sitting from P6. Just Red will be the other runner on P7. Just behind him is Habs Life. He better qualifying. Of course, P8, P9 will be the debut for P10. So, he's not the slowest driver, but I'm sure he'll do quite well for P9. And P10 will be the other thrower of Big Mike. And 11, and Jordan Dittmer 7-11 will round off the grid for the TKA media starting grid.
And the funny thing about it too is that P10 kind of said to himself he'd be off the pace and be at the back, but not bad to be P9 in front of a seasoned vet like Big Mike 46385 and Jordan Dittmer.
Yeah, no, I was just going to mention as well. Now, Jordan's the only one, obviously he's the only one outside the top 10, so he's the only one on different tyres. He's starting on the mediums for today and running 7 laps extra of fuel. So
well, this will be the third race that he's done this, so he's obviously content to the idea that this strategy works. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting race with not being able to see the leaderboard to tell you what's going on. Of course, I've got my 2 trusty co-commentators to give me that kind of information, but at least the quality of the video looks crisp enough that I don't think we're going to have any uploading issues. So
thank God for that.
So the start's going to be critical here, because although in saying that, Naomi 92's been a little cheeky.
I see what he's doing. He's trying to back up the rest of the field. But so I've already got some team radio from qualifying. It's looks like Infinite March was the person who broke the 100-meter board, and
yeah, I've got a result for that. It's a 10-second time penalty to the steward. So
what?
The steward earned himself a 10-second time penalty for deciding to run out on the track and knock down the 100-meter board. But anyway, we'll talk more about that once we get through the start procedure, and I can tell you it's going to be one chaotic start here for GP3. It always is. Right. Never fails to disappoint. Who's going to come out on the first turn in the lead? It's PMA versus Banana Josh on the front row. Naomi 92 championship points leader in third. We're about to now build to the 5 red lights. The anticipation rises. It's lights out, away we go for GP3 Japanese Grand Prix. A beautiful start by PMA. He's going to lead them off, heading towards turn 1. Banana Josh has actually had quite a bad start. XZ Pro is going to try and force the issue through. They all try to manage. Banana Josh goes wide. Jazrid has had a pretty good start. Fructose is going to force him his way through into P4. Now 92's lost the spot. XZ Pro's through on Banana Josh.
What a start there from the drivers there, and it was actually surprisingly clean. And it looks like that NZX Pro is into second, but Banana Josh, he's going to try to force the issue, getting very, very, very close.
Oh, we just had a spin. We have a spin.
Jazrid's had a spin.
And PMA's gapped the field. He's already pulled out a 1.4 second lead at the start of the race.
The PT has had a good start. The New Zealand debutants in P6 now ahead of the 2 Toro Rossos.
Yeah, really good start there by the...
Josh! Very loose there out of the
another moment, and it's Jazrid again. He's obviously got a fair bit of grit on his tyres. He's just got to...
no, he's going to force Yeshu into spoon on Fructose up the inside. Oh, he's got to try and hold around the outside.
Oh, beautiful move.
Look at that. Naomi 92 will spoon Fructose through.
Oh, don't start those, please.
Oh, Alex.
Anyway, so actually that move from... oh, here we go. Oh, P10 up the inside. Oh, me.
Oh, his life running. Oh, Hasselhoff got very loose out of 130, and he's gone really deep. He's gone really deep. So is Fuchs.
Yeah, but
Hasselhoff's got a penalty, and Fuchs is in.
Hang on. Okay, so somebody got a penalty, and the name was Ing Dash, but P Tender, a beautiful move up the inside.
But Josh got
to the wall. He's gone.
He's gone deep into turn 1.
Banana Josh. Wait, really? Is it?
Yeah, Banana Josh is gone. He's crashed in turn 1.
And that's gonna. Well, I think this is. And it's like I said, if Naomi 92 wins this race, we may as well crown him the TNT GP3 champion. But
it looks like that Banana Josh has crashed at turn 1, so he must have ran wide and straight through the gravel chip.
Oh, but look at this! The battle for lead starting to heat up. X-Engine Pro's under. He's almost got it to half a second now.
I wonder if PMA backed it off a little bit because he thought that there was going to be a safety car. But P Tender, beautiful move up the inside at 130R. He's up to P4.
What happened to P4? Go on.
So from the man that was saying that he was going to be at the back of the grid,
he's suddenly now fighting at the front.
Right before. But he might be challenged from Infinite March, who's actually trying to chase him down.
Yeah.
So.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there would be an investigation carried out between the incident with Habs for Life and Fuchs, because it did look like an ambitious lunge from the Toro Rosso driver. In fact,
Big Mike's both Ferraris are gone.
Gone too.
And that's 130R too. So I think I would almost imagine he's done.
Infinite March with the fastest lap of the race, and looks like he's going to go at the inside of P Tender into turn 1. But he backs out and P Tender holds his line, but he's running a little bit wide. He's gone severely wide now into the gravel trap.
Yep.
And Infinite March up into P4.
So just a little bit under pressure, but it's still hanging in there. So Big Mike's car is still stationed on the circuit.
And Jazz Red's gone as well.
Not good. That's not
I don't see where that is. Oh, no, that's it. It's the Drigglers.
And actually, the thing about it is that since Banana Josh was the first one out, he won't score points.
So for Naomi 92 to win the championship this race, he'd have to win, and that'd put the gap out to like 90 points almost.
It'd be.
So then all he has to do in USA is score.
Just finish.
No.
He'll just finish. Yeah.
So I got some team ready here from Banana Josh, and he says, "I hate my life." So that clearly means he is not happy, and he is definitely fuming after that mistake or that crash. So he's definitely not a happy man at the moment.
So P Tender's now coming under attack from the second of the Toro Rossos.
PMA's lost the.
Oh, look at that!
And Mason's got through.
We're just going to keep an eye on this quickly. Oh, here we go. Habs for Life up the inside. P Tender, but P Tender shuts the door. I think P Tender must have seen. Yeah, P Tender must have seen what Habs for Life did at the last to Fuchs and thought, oh, I'm not going to let you do that to me. And he's going to go wide again.
But it's kind of helped us run out, though, to be honest. It's really helped us run out of there. But yeah, we got a change for the lead. X-Engine Pro's now into the race lead.
Yep, and Jordan Dittmer will be relishing the idea that he's still in the race, given everyone else has been a little outplaced. Fuchs is actually starting to pull the gap in between himself and Habs, and I'm sure he'll want to get one back on.
You didn't say that now.
Yeah, no, but look at this front three now. This front three is all separated by about 2 seconds. 1.5 seconds.
And I think the win in Malaysia has really pumped Naomi 92 up. You know, the first win in Singapore pumped him up to the point there, and then he just completely dominated the Malaysian Grand Prix, and now he's just trying to
carrying that momentum on, and wanting to carry on his good streak so far. But I mean, if he can make it,
the guy coming from the guy who sat there thinking, "Am I ever going to win a race this season?" Now has 2 to his name. Could be, and it's definitely challenging for a third. But because when you look at the facts, you got XNZ Pro leading, who's trying to win his 2nd race of the season. PMA who's looking to win his 6th, and then Naomi 92 trying to go for his 3rd. So these 3 drivers
in a row as well. Remember, that's his third in a row. Speaking of Stefan, I was going to say, speaking of Stefani at the fast lap, but March has just beat him to that. So March, looking like he's got some pace as well. He's starting to claw into that front three.
Just
So
earned a 3-second time penalty, but I keep getting in dash, so I don't know who that was.
We'll have a quick look for you. It was Jordan Dittmer got a 3-second time penalty.
And it's like I say, Jordan's just having a normal Sunday drive. He knows he's not in it. He's not here to win championships or races. He's just here to have a good time. And oh, something's happened to XNZ Pro.
P-Manay's gone.
Oh, P-Manay's in the.
Ooh,
where's that?
That's
that's out of turn 4. Well, that's out of turn 6.
No, it's where Bianchi crashed. Yeah, in the gravel trap.
Oh, not good for PMA. So.
But this also releases now in 92 too, and Infinite March actually, because Infinite, like you
said, yeah, but look at this. Toro Rosso's a P3 and 4, so.
So Toro Rosso are looking to try and replicate the F1 victory.
Yeah, but look, in the P-Tender as well, he's only 2 seconds behind Has for Life. Yes, so Has for Life did get past P-Tender eventually, but he looks like he will be aiming to pull that gap back down, maybe.
Oh, no, we're 92 just dangerously close on the grass through 130R. Well, on the lead up to 130R. It's not an ideal place to be on the grass, so 11 drivers, only 7 remain.
Wow,
and 2 of the big guns out when Banana Josh won second in the championship. CAJ will be rubbing his hands together when he finds out about this, because of course he didn't attend this weekend. And yeah, oh, someone's
Has for Life is in.
He's got front wing damage, so
yeah, and this will put the McLaren Honda of P10 up into P4. So what an excellent debut for the young New Zealander.
And of course he is part of the TNC next season in the F2 category, driving for the same car. He'll be partnered up.
Well,
in fact, the guy he was battling just moments ago will actually be his teammate for next season too. So hopefully they didn't come to blows or anything.
But but look at this as well. Jonathan's got the overcut on. Jonathan got an overcut.
Oh, you just made a good point there, Alex. The battle for the lead is heated up because now we're 92 is now within DRS range of XNZ Pro, and Infinite March is actually all the while still gradually gaining. Infinite March looking to still bag his first win. He's been so quick all season. He's just been hampered by internet woes.
Well, hopefully today came different, but right now we see Naomi 92 is really hyped up and he's looking to snatch this race win from NZX Pro.
Oh, it's in Sector 2. It's P10. He's in the fence coming into Spoon.
He's lost it at Spoon.
Oh, he spooned himself, so now he's going to have to get back to the pit.
Oh,
for God's sake.
I shake my head in disappointment for you, Alex.
But, so things are starting to build up now a little bit. So with XNZ Pro's managing his car a little bit to try and push the tyres out, or whether or not Naomi 92 is pushing his game up. I really want to honestly see a really good battle between these 3 drivers and, build it up. Because now there's a 36-second gap between Infinite March and Habs for Life. So Toro Rosso doing well. And, of course, Jonathan, or Habs for Life, trying to do well on the 2-month anniversary of him and his girlfriend becoming an item.
But also as well, Jonathan's on the mediums as well, so Jonathan going to the end, like if he can put in some consecutive laps together, if he can close the gap down to his teammate in this front 3, he could get on in this fight as well.
So
the thing I'm fighting
someone's in the pits and that's P10.
The thing I'm interesting is the top 3 and what strategy next these guys are going to play out, because I don't know if these guys are going to be doing the one stop or not. So we should really be focusing on when they win that.
Well, the one thing I found is that the one stop is definitely not the best strategy for this weekend. The tyres don't seem to hang on as long as they do. But now, in saying this, so Mason's just broken the DRS.
And Infinite March half a second behind Naomi, so Toro Rosso drivers showing some really good pace this weekend.
So now this is the
March is in.
Yep, so,
March is in.
I was just about to say that the undercut is critical around here, and Infinite March is going to blink. So he's going to force these 2 to make the 2 stop, because if he doesn't, if he does,
I think he could be going for the soft tires.
Yeah, no, he's on the softs, and Yeah, so Jonathan's just coming up to 130 with Foottoes close behind, so these guys will, Infinite March will comfortably keep P3, but
yeah, this is gonna force the 2 leaders' hands.
Yeah, right, because I definitely know from GP2 that the soft tires, once you get on them, they are considerably quicker. So, Infinite March, can he somehow jump these guys and take the race lead? But I'm just wondering, what is
okay,
easy
so we can
are
confirm
they the medium tires or not? This is going to be the interesting part.
So we can confirm that the transit time for a pit stop without front wing change is 23 seconds, going by how far Infinite March is behind these guys. So as soon as he drops into the 22-second mark, he's jumped them.
So right now it's 23 seconds. So right now, I think he'll stop.
It'll be really close. It'll be really close to see. Like, will both these guys come in? Yeah, no, both these guys, or Stefan's and Rich. So Stefan could be looking to cover March off, but we'll just have to wait and see how Mason plays this out as well.
It's a point of perspective, but I would be covering.
Stefan's in. Mason's going one more lap.
Yeah, see, I think Mason's played a bad hand here, because look at that. He's already Infinite March has already made up a second in the outlap. So
this is going to be the interesting part. Where is Infinite March going to slot in with Nami 92?
Well, Nami 92 has been serviced. He's about a few hundred meters away from the.
March might get him on the momentum. Oh no, actually.
Actually, no. Okay.
No.
Well, that's interesting.
From what I remember.
Oh, and Infinite March goes full drifting through the first turn. And I did that on, actually, oddly enough, I did the same thing in the F1 race when Table Clan came out right directly in front of me. So it's disruption of the dirty air definitely throws your car out the window.
Between Pete Tinder and Jordan Dittmer for sixth place. So Pete Tinder's trying to carry away.
Oh, Jordan Dittmer's one wide.
Nearly runs over the debris of a I think would be probably either just a
I think Extensio Pro and Red Bull have made a bad call here, because look at the gap now. The gap's now under 20 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, right. So
unless he's trying to push these tyres out as long as he can, probably trying to follow.
Extensio's got a penalty.
Trying to follow the strategy you used in the GP2 race, but that might not necessarily work because you can't guarantee anything. And he's
still staying out.
Still staying out. So I don't know what he's doing. He might be trying to make the ones that work. I think he's going to try to put on the soft tires. But the question is, what is Nami and Marsh going to do? Are they going to stop again?
Yeah, now Jordan out of turn.
Because I can't see the name. Actually, I can very, very vaguely see the names actually, but very dark.
Jordan's had a spin coming out of
So
turn
and
6.
to top it off, Mason's in fuel conservation mode.
Then it's quite an interesting theory with him. He underfuels his car at the start, so his car is quicker off the line. And speaking of that, he's got a time penalty as well.
Ooh, that's not good. So
out of the 3 drivers in the front,
Foottoes is in again, but he's got really bad front wing damage.
I wonder if
and Jonathan's got wing damage as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering if these two have had it coming together.
Now 17
invitational.
17 and a half seconds.
Yeah, invitational or not, I don't think Foottoes will be very overly optimistic about what's happened this weekend. But yeah, so just looking at the fuel, so yeah, XNZ Pro's in fuel conservation mode. He's running rich now because he's trying to burn what he can to try and make an impact. Nami 92's got fuel about a lap and a half to burn, and Infinite March is pretty much burning his away. Oh, excuse me. And he's in.
Okay,
and Jordan Dimmer's ahead just ahead of him as well.
Mediums, I think it's mediums.
Yeah, he's got mediums.
He's trying to go to the end, so here comes Nami 92 down, coming around the last turn. Yeah, this is easily. It's easily.
Stefan's going to get him on the momentum.
And he gets the...
Well, not even that. It's going to be well before momentum. Even March is going to grab him.
Yeah, but this could be an interesting strategy though, because if Mason can go to the end and these two ahead of him have to pit again, it could be quite an interesting strategy play. But
it really depends on what tyre strategy they've both gone for. If both drivers are going for the softer compound, then they're going to have a fresh set of supers to use at the end of the race. And the mediums are going to take a while to switch on. Oh, Fructose is gone.
Oh, Fructose is coming together with P-Tender.
Yeah, so...
Won't see that crash, but I don't know whose fault that was, but I didn't see that.
From the looks of it, it looked a bit like Fructose tried to make a move and maybe P-Tender shut the door, and they've come together as a result. It'd be very interesting to see there. Neither driver are officially in the championship, so it's not gonna...
I have to say, 6 drivers are remaining in this race. We've almost lost half the field, so Japan looks like it'd be quite difficult for some of these drivers here.
But the attrition rate's been quite high in all categories. I mean, you had 2 or 3 in GP2, you had 3 in F1, and now you've had 5 in GP3. So, and all this is helping Jordan Dittmer. Jordan Dittmer's now up to 6. This is greatly helping Force India and the constructors against Williams, because Williams is going to score 0 points. Force India currently are on course to score 31.
Which is
and
really...
if we have a quick look in the constructors, the gap's 51 points. So if
no, it's
30,
40
the 20
something, 40 something.
Yeah, 40. No, 25 and 8. So like 30, 33 maybe. Yeah. So the gap will be about 20 something points in the about 20 something points in the constructors. So.
And right now, so the gap between Naomi 92 and XNZ Pro is branching out a bit to 6 seconds. So if XNZ Pro wants to get the advantage of the one-stop strategy against these guys' 2 stops, he's going to kind of need to pick up the pace.
Yeah, well, no, from what I can remember from this morning or from practice earlier in the week, the mediums just aren't a good race tyre around this track. They don't hook up that well in the race, and
somebody just
the soft
a time penalty. I think.
Yeah, that was Jordan Dittmer. But have for life though. Like if any of these guys ahead of him have an incident and crash out, he'll be onto the podium.
Yeah, you're right. So I don't know if Hab's life has had a podium yet.
Not since the preseason test, post and preseason test wins at the start of the season, which are not official, but they still count.
Stefan's just got his first track extending warning of the race,
so he's never officially been on the podium this season.
His highest best place is 4th in Spain, so he'll be looking to equal. Well, actually, I spoke because of a certain driver's dismissal from the Transnation Formula 1 World Championship. He has a defaulted P3, so if he can pull it off, it'll be his official P3. But right now, he's on course to equal his best result of the year.
Yeah, well, it's quite interesting. Now I've just had a look at the penalties, and Stefan's on 1 warning at the moment, and then
I think Infinite March just got 1.
March, yeah. I was about to say and March is on 2 warnings, so March has a penalty as well now. So March and Mason, former teammates, we may add as well, are now playing for keeps for P2 at the moment.
It's quite ironic too, because March left Red Bull to give XNZ Pro a teammate that would be able to help them fight in the constructors. But ever since he did that, he's been more competitive and more fighting for points. So his leaving of Red Bull has actually probably cost them more than him not being there. But
since he left Red Bull, his internet woes haven't been as bad as well. So maybe Red Bull was just as unlucky, Chum. But look at this, he's now within a second. He will get DRS down the main straight. The only DRS
he has to clear 3 seconds unless Naomi 92 gets another penalty as well. Just having a look back through the field, so P10 is still doing quite a good job back in P5, and
he's still got that wing damage from Fructose. So, but Jordan, but as we see, Jordan Dittmer doing really well in P6. And then will this be his best result of the season?
No, because he got a podium in Russia, so long way off from getting it. But it'll definitely be one of Force India's better results in the last few meetings. So, as we say. We'll come off him because I think we're starting to deliver the commentator's curse, but
Yeah, don't deliver that. Come on, mate. You can't be beat doing.
Anyone but Jordan.
Yeah, poor guy. So yeah, Habsalife 38.5 seconds off the lead, and then P Tender is a lap down as well. So, or he's dangerously close to being a lap down, I think. Yes, he is actually.
Yeah, no, the leaders have just let it happen, and
He's
P
just
Tender's
coming
coming up to 130R.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to show, this is a comparison. So this guy we can clearly see uses a pad. So we're going to do one lap around the Suzuka circuit onboard P Tender to show you what it's like around the lap on a McLaren Honda on a controller. Enjoy. I have to say, actually, that lap wasn't actually that bad. Now, someone's just ended themselves a time penalty while...
I'll quickly scroll back through there for you.
But yeah, definitely...
It was P10... Oh, no. Was it? I'm not quite sure, but yeah, another battle for the leads. Still there. Mason's now slowly falling back, though. So the memes, obviously, not working that well around Japan at the moment for him, maybe.
Looks like the battery here between Infinite March and Nami 92 has slowly intensified over these last few laps.
And Infinite March is running out of laps because with the 3-second time penalty on his head, he really needs to make the move and get on with it. But at the same time, Nami 92 is just saying, look, you've had your woes, I can understand that, but I'm trying to win a championship here, so I'm not going to exactly let you through.
I think that's the aim of the game. But it looks like that these guys could just be really equal on pace, and you know.
Jonathan's just got a time penalty, and Jordan's gone.
And that's just coming towards
out of the race, and
that's
crashed.
coming towards 130R. So if a safety car right now would actually help P10 to get back onto the, well, it helped Has for Life as well get back into the on the train, and we'd have quite an interesting little battle on our hands. Because one thing, if anything, that's proven so far this weekend, safety cars spice the racing up.
I mean, look at the F1 footage.
Yeah, you had three of them, so each one was just as each one was just as exciting or embarrassing as the other.
Hey, Brett.
But yeah, March has now actually lost a bit of time to Naomi 92 in that time that we've been chatting. So either Stefan's turned the wick up or another time penalty.
It's another penalty. So
Mason's got another penalty. Yeah. So
penalties now.
So
that's 6 seconds. So he's really pushing. I really think he should have been trying to. He should have really tried to cover. Oh, Naomi 92 just made a small mistake into turn 1. Just tried to get on the apex, didn't quite hit it, and it branched him off wide. So it's brought the gap back down. Yeah. So I think Red Bull's made a mistake today with their strategy. To put him in a few laps after these guys, and especially to put him on the mediums. I think if I don't know whether or not these two will stay out or not. I'd say given the circumstances of knowing that probably XNZ Pro's on a one-stop on the mediums, I'd say they'll try and hang it out as long as they can. And if a safety car comes out, which
well then
probably
it's
probably should have by now, but
it would absolutely ruin Mason's race because he'd had those time penalties and then have Stefan and March on fresh tyres chasing them down.
Well, the interesting question is that how many penalties does Habs for Life have versus XNZ Pro?
Good point.
Let's have a look. Habs for Life has 2 penalties. Same with
So once a
XNZ.
restart happened, there would be a straight up battle between those two. So.
But of course the 2 races that we had, safety cars have been instigated by people leaving the session, and then randomly the safety car will come out as they've left the session or they've been kicked from the session. So
Tender's now in. He's gone on another fresh set of softs. He's now gonna go. Well, actually, has already gone a lap down. So he's just about to be displaced by XNZ Pro. Habs for Life, not so much because Habs for Life is just coming through Spoon. Still positive reinforcement for Toro Rosso. It's been a pretty good weekend for the model.
I've just noticed as well. McLaren didn't fix his front wing, so obviously, P10 to be new to the game, he obviously doesn't know that the glitch about changing your front wing.
So
you have to set it to yes to change your front wing. So
So Toro Rosso looking to score a podium in each category, so that's not too bad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was going to say, Table Clan got 3rd in GP2. That's right.
So if Infinite March can keep to where he is, then at least that's going to give Toro Rosso something to smile about, given the adversity over the last few race meetings, especially when they lost their number 1 driver, Black Bumper 0113 to Ferrari.
Yeah, but they happened like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And since then they've been
old news.
Since then they've been on the back foot a little bit, trying to find themselves some key prospects to kind of get themselves ready for next season when they take the new tour of becoming the factory Honda outfit.
Never marches into the pit lane. Very close to the barrier. He almost whacked into the barrier, but so now this is going to be quite interesting. Yes, the NZX Pro might have a chance at this Grand Prix.
Yeah, but of course, remember March being on fresh super softs and Mason only maybe 5 or 6 seconds ahead.
But here's a problem though. Pete Ender's now put himself between XNZ Pro and Infinite March, so
he's got he's 10 seconds ahead, and I think Infinite March should be about 2 seconds faster a lap.
No, the gap 23.8. You're looking at the gap between Naomi and XNZ Pro.
Oh no, I'm hang on the gap. Oh wait, hang on the gap.
It's 12 seconds. No, the gap's 12 seconds between them.
Oh, sorry, no, I'm looking at the leader. I'm not looking at the interval.
So 20. If so.
Will Naomi pit or will he try to stay out?
I would say. I think his pace on the softs have been pretty good, so I would probably stay out. I would really test the limit. I mean, you're the championship leader by 67 points. You can afford to take a couple of risks.
Mason has 2 penalties to March as 1, so Mason just needs a 3-second gap over him.
But already, Infinite March has actually just pulled straight in 1 second in the space of a couple
Now
of
2 is in the pit, so he is responding to the undercut.
Yeah,
so
I suppose. Oh, no, he got a 5-second.
This has really turned this race on its head for the championship leader. Now now all 3 drivers have a penalty of some sort. So this is going to make things really interesting.
Someone else just scored another penalty. I think it might have been Pete Tender. So
Stefan needs.
Okay, so hang on. Just hold your tongue there for a second. This is critical. So, yeah. This is going to be close. I think on momentum. Naomi 92 will
Stefan's ahead of March now.
Just critically, but.
Okay. Let's work the math out. So Stefan has a stop go, so he'll need 10 seconds, and P10 will get out of the way. Hopefully. Ooh.
Yeah, he did. He was pretty good on that. So now he's let Infinite March.
He's run wide.
He's done that quite easily. So basically, all these two need to do is claw their way up to. Well, basically, Naomi 92 only has to make 2 seconds, and then in a way. Because Infinite March is right behind now in 92. So I have a feeling Toro Rosso might get their second win of the weekend.
Yeah, and also as well, yeah, so Mason's got 6 seconds, March is 3 seconds, and Stefan's will have 10 seconds. So so Mason needs to lead by 4 seconds to Naomi 92, and then March will just need 3 seconds. So if you can get ahead of Stefan and pull in Mason by 3 seconds.
Or what Infinite March can do is just use Naomi 92's pace, because Naomi 92's definitely had the better pace out of the 3 drivers. All Naomi 92 has to do is follow Naomi 92, get that gap in, and then just sit there.
You just said Naomi 92 is just going to have to follow Naomi 92.
Oh, okay, well, my bad, but yeah. So, Habs for Life still holding down P4, and I think he's set to finish on those mediums.
Even with that wing damage, but look at the gap. It's gone from about 8.5 to now 7.2. So so Red Bull might have played their cards right, but of course the softer
just showing why he's still got a bit to go in his endeavours. Pushing a little bit too hard.
He is only 13, so he still has a lot to learn. But right now, he seems to be doing quite well. But can he maintain his lead?
As for Life is in, and Toro Rosso didn't change his wings, so he's still got that wing damage.
The thing is, that's quite interesting here, is that the NZX Pro is going to just have to drive the car. And then he's got, now we know two, and even March is chasing his tail, and quite rapidly too.
The only consolation that XNZ Pro is going to have out of this is that he knows that he's going to at least finish ahead of Naomi 92. But in saying that,
he might not. No, he might not know. No, he probably won't know that they've got it.
Well, at the same time though, XNZ Pro is going to have to take the notion of knowing that his championship hunt will be over by the end of this race, because he won't have amassed enough points to stay
laps,
in it.
have been set by
all March showed the nose at turn 1, ran over the camera at turn 1.
And this is going to be quite interesting now, because if Naomi and if March start battling, this is going to help NZX Pro. So I think NZX Pro will be hoping that these guys will start battling each other.
It's either that, or Naomi 92 will kind of get the idea that he's holding Infinite March up, won't want Mason to win, and then let him through, but we'll see. In fact,
but of course, March only needs 3 seconds to beat Mason, but Mason needs 4 seconds to beat Stefan. So currently, Mason will win this race from March if the gap was to stay like this. But with these guys pacing at the moment, I don't think it will.
Well, you got to take into account XNZ Pro came on to the mediums on what, lap 9, lap 10?
Lap 11.
And these guys have been on fresh supers for at least 2 or 3 laps now, so the difference will be astounding.
Yes.
Oh,
we've got some team radio here, guys, from Banana Josh, and he thinks that Ericsson hit him, so...
that joke will never get old, I suppose. Anyway... So
it's just starting to sit at 5 seconds. Yeah, those super softs. They've got the grip, but once they start going off in that 20-30% wear, they drop off the clip very quickly. So if Mason can hold his tires out and keep that gap, he could.
Just hold your tongue there for a second. Just always got to hold your tongue when you come up to turn 1 when you've got drivers right up on each other. It's been quite a nail-biting race, and despite the fact that they are kind of on each other's gearboxes, the gap is dropping. In fact, I think actually, XNZ Pro just made a mistake. He just went a little bit wide coming out of whatever that corner is, but he's lost a considerable amount of time.
Yeah,
and
it's now under 4 seconds. So
in terms of penalty land, our Naomi 92 will most likely finish 3rd due to the penalties.
No.
But currently though, Mason will still win this race because he's got a 3.8 second gap to March. So
it's dropping, and it's still dropping. In fact, Ooh, March
But
made
what we do know that, you know, it's not the easiest place to pass around this track. Just keep that in mind. You know, it's not the easiest place to pass around this
Yeah,
track.
it is
So
actually,
yeah,
yeah.
they might catch up to him, but they might take a few laps to get round NZX Pro. So just keep that in mind.
Well, we'll just see how that plays out. At the moment, it looks like, yeah, the gap's minimising. It's still minimising, but I love that
Yeah,
little
no,
glitch.
the gap's 4 seconds at the moment between March and Mason. So currently, if the race was to end now, Mason would win this race by a second.
But it's still, yeah, March is starting to lose a bit of ground a little bit. He's just, I don't know whether or not he's just hanging back a bit to have another go. Oh, someone's actually gone on. No, Mason made another mistake.
Mason, maybe those mediums are starting to affect him quite because now that gap's under 3 seconds to March. So
and that's the second time that he's gone wide in that particular area. So he's now actually lost the lead to Infinite March as a result of that.
No, because
March is on 2 warnings. So if March cuts again, he will get a penalty. And same with Stefan. So both these guys on a critical point for corner cutting. So
a lot of March's penalties would be coming from the fact that he's getting affected by the dirty air. So I think I would say expect a move very, very soon.
Yeah, well, March struggling to stick on.
According to people's fuel, it looks like that NZX Pro is trying to save some fuel. So he's very marginal on fuel, and they all of them are. So not only tyres are a limited effect, but fuel is quite limited as well for all of these 3 drivers.
Oh no, Mason just got another penalty.
No.
So now even if Infinite March gets another penalty, it doesn't matter.
It'll be all square again.
So right now the gap is 2.7 seconds, but it doesn't matter now. So all Infinite March has to do is just stay where he is. Don't make any mistakes. Don't lose touch of these drivers because he can still come out of it as a race winner. And this will be our, God, this must be like our 8th different winner. Will be our 8th different winner in 16 races. So half the races contested this season.
Have the pacer over Nami, but just can't get close enough to be able to move there.
Mason's really starting to struggle on those beams now. You can see the grain.
March had a really good run. He just lost the rear a little bit coming out of the corner. I would have thought he would have fancied a move there, but but still good drive today by P Tender and Habs for Life, especially Habs for Life. So it's been a great weekend all around for the drivers. Some who will be having a few tales of woe, especially Banana Josh, given he was in a shot for the championship. Now he can pretty much kiss his chances goodbye.
You're gonna hit him.
So
the race 1.5 seconds.
The race may be kind of determined on paper, but at the moment on track, you could still see a bit of an interesting little battle to end the race. So these guys were glued to each other at the start of the race. Now they've glued themselves back together at the end.
Mason's starting. Then it looks like Mason's really starting to struggle on those mediums. Stefan's got DRC's pulling, he's pulling, but I don't think they. I
don't think he'll be able to pull out 4 seconds, even if he gets the move done. So I think XNZ Pro is going to know at least he's going to get P2 out of this.
Look at the pace difference. So look how much.
Yeah, you can see the grip difference. It's amazing. The grip, the amount of traction that Naomi 92 has versus.
Mason
my
lost the rear end a little bit.
And he's going for it. Oh, you wouldn't do it there. He thought about it. Naomi 92 thought about it, but then he thought he knew you can't make that work. So
and these are GP3 drivers, and these don't have these guys are not as talented as the GP2 and the F1 drivers. They got to take with a grain of salt that marching point era is a thing as the field is. Look at that! Look how bunched up these top three are.
Patender's in, fixed in his front wing finally.
And these are the kind of races that you like to see. These are the feeders that feed into the category. So of course.
Stefan's got to run. Stefan's got to go around the outside in the 130 hour. But I don't know.
It's gonna be
I don't know. If he saw the race, he commentated GP2, so he'll know not to do it. Mason goes wide. Gets a bit of curve. He's going to go for the inside.
He's gonna dive.
Beautiful. He's going to pull it up. Yes, he is. Well done. And Mason actually cuts the corner to try and fight the issue, but I don't think.
Now Stefan got the DRS, so.
And now we 92 now has to try and pull. Oh, Mason's going to have a go at turn 1. This could be.
There's big contact. Mason's lost speed.
So now all exit. Oh, and he's going to. March is gone. Oh, no, March.
The race, no. I think he's botched the race victory.
But.
But now
because now we know 2 could still win this.
Seconds.
Now we know 2 could still win this race.
Yeah, and then Mason's got severe wing damage, so all he needs to do is pull out.
4 seconds, I think.
4 or 5 seconds, I think.
No, remember, because Naomi 92 only has a 10-second time penalty. He only needs a second.
No, because Mason's only got Mason's got 6 seconds of penalty, so he needs 4 or 5 seconds.
Well, I think he's going to get that. The difference in pace on the tyres is one thing, and the.
Not really. The gap's only 2.5 seconds at the moment, so he still needs to pull out.
Yeah, but wait for these faster corners. Wait till these faster corners come up. XNZ Pro's going to have to ease off. This is critical.
2.6. It's still 2. It's 3 seconds now, so it's going to go down to the wire.
And
it's 2.1.
Depending on the severity of the wing damage, XNZ Pro is going to have to really mellow out. He's going for it.
It's 2.8.
He's actually done it. I think XNZ Pro's actually managed to do it. Naomi 92 is going to cross the line. The gap's going to be 3 seconds.
We have NZX Pro and
no,
it looks like
Naomi 92.
I don't think. I think that glitches happened there.
But there was no safety
penalty
car,
hasn't registered. It has the stop go penalty hasn't registered.
Well, we'll see it.
No, but it says on the bottom left that XNZ Pros won the race, so we'll just have to wait for the podium sequences. March comes home at P3,
and he'll be kicking himself for that one.
Yeah, all he had to do was just sit behind them. But he must have gotten walked, or he must have gotten confused what happened to NZX Pro, because the NZX Pro swerved all of a sudden, trying to get the car on the track, and Emma Marge might have just reacted a bit too hesitantly there, and just lost the car. So I think that's what happened to him.
Well, at least he can take a podium out of this weekend, and
but here comes P Tender and Has Life. They're on the same bit of track, but a lap between them. P Tender is going to get 5th on debut. What a drive from the young New Zealander. He's probably one of the contenders for driver of the day on debut, but Habs Life though, he's...
Yeah, Habs Life definitely driver of the day. But we'll see what happens.
Jonathan comes around for P4, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens with this stop-go penalty.
So I'm going to cut the recording there just so that we know we won't have any issues. So we'll now have a... Against the black screen or the thing, we'll see who's taken victory, and it is Naomi 92. So Naomi 92 has taken victory.
So obviously the stop go penalty hasn't been addressed.
So we'll look at the results, and no, two times 10 seconds, and Mason had a 9-second penalty.
Yep. So Naomi 92 will take the victory here. He managed to pull out enough of a gap to secure first place.
So we'll go now to the GP3 chat and chat with our drivers. So, Naomi 92, the odds were against you a little bit in regards to the penalty system. We thought that XNZ Pro had enough didn't have enough penalties to be in a position where he'd be thing, but you've done it. 3 from 3, and technically speaking, you are the GP3 World Champion.
Wait, what?
Well, effectively, you've effectively pulled out enough of a gap that you were pretty much uncontested for the rest of the season.
But not, yeah. But I'm not officially the leader. Okay, cool. I don't deserve the win. I think this one should be going to Infinite Mart. He obviously had the pace and didn't make the mistakes I did. Obviously, I'll take the win, but I think he was the better driver during this race. But a good car. Happy with the setup I used. Shout out to Force India for that. Yeah, another win, I guess. This one was interesting because, like I said, Infinite Martin Mason XNZ Pro were both really fast and competitive. So I was happy to battle it out with them a little bit. Always makes for good racing.
Well, congratulations on your third victory in a row.
Thank you.
XNZ Pro, it was quite an interesting race for the most part, but the strategy seemed to be all right in the most part because of the way that the one-stop worked, but the penalties really kicked you in the teeth.
The car it's predicting the way I thought it was. Tuning and check. It's the racing car.
Well, either way, congratulations on P2. Two special mentions today. We'll grab the first one. Jonathan Carton, P4. You've equalled your best result of the season, and it was a pretty controlled race for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much today's been the GP2 race didn't go as well as I had hoped it would, so I wanted to redeem myself in the in this race here. I'll take a P4. The top three, there was just no chance that I was going to catch up to them. They were in a league of their own, so it feels like a win to me, especially, like I said, with the importance of what this day means to me.
To which the viewers already know about anyway, so...
So, pretty much... I pretty much, before I started, said to myself, like, this race I'm dedicating to her, and I have also dedicated this race to my grandfather. Yesterday would have been his 82nd birthday, so I'll definitely take a P4.
Well, good work. And our second special mention, Nicholas Cook, P-tender. Great opening stanza for your first race in the TNC GP3 P5, and for the most part, at the very start of the race, you were actually contending for the front. So not bad for someone who claimed to be claiming to be at the back all the time.
Well, I think it was just the DNS. I think that's the only reason I'm up here.
modesty above anything else, but still a great result. So definitely one of the two contenders for the driver of the day. We've already said our piece on that one, but don't forget to also bring your piece on driver of the day for all three categories. So today's winners have been Pure Axle 2121 for GP2, myself, Narashi Uzumaki for F1, and Naomi 92 making it 3 from 3 at in the Asian off-tour area. So we go away from Asia now, and we head back over to the United States of America for the next three rounds. USA, Brazil, and Mexico. Don't really want to try and lump those three together because we'll offend a few people.
Why not?
Well, yeah. Well, especially not America and Mexico, at least that much. But so this has been so Brett Keenan, Mackenzie Stewart, Alex Little signing out from Japan, and we'll see you again in the United States of America.
It's time for some NASCAR!